Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Crust Entertainment. Welcome back to the channel. We're back here. Somewhere I'm a bit stuck on, I think. Oh! I now remember what we're doing. I now remember exactly what we're doing. We need something to cut that. The fact I can't shoot it is ridiculous. But it's been about 3 weeks since I played. I'm gutted. I couldn't get around to this more. I've had a lot of stuff going on. I'll figure it out. If you guys like what you see today, drop the video a like, subscribe if you're new, good stuff, and wish me luck, because clearly I need it. So we're going to go down and straight through. Okay, see, here's me thinking it was one of the small ones. It wasn't. It was one of the massive ones. It just went right through the floor. So we're going jumping through into dark holes again. Okay, so check this out, right? This is with the light. This is without. You look straight down, you can barely see the door. Turn off, can't see shit. Without this light, I would be fucked. Oh, I'm back here. Well, that's that. What was the point in any of that? Okay, hello, I am back. Unfortunately, I made a bit of a boo-boo. I went back to record this, but I did it like a day or two later. I can't remember which now. And I streamed in between that. So, it's not gone as expected. I forgot that I had to allow OBS to record the second track. So despite the fact that I am recording and video capture was done properly, or audio for the game is done properly, my voice does not come through at all. Case in point, they recorded onto this. It did record on a separate track. OBS did not pick it up. It's my own fault. It's my own mistake. It has been corrected for the next episode. Thankfully, I double checked. Anyway, we're still here. We're still trying to find the next area, which I think we may about to approach at some point. I can't remember if it's the desolate area or the rotten area. I think the rotten area we've done. So the next area is the desolate area. Fun time. Still trying to figure out where in God's name we're going. Very dark in here. Like, spooky. This puzzle has got to have been, like, one of the most, not confusing, but definitely one of the more frustrating ones that I've ever had to do in this game so far. I'm not a big puzzler. In case you haven't noticed, I think I've set the puzzle difficulty to normal. It might be easy, but I think it's normal. Yeah, puzzles aren't my thing, really. But I've enjoyed the game so far, very much so. And of course, I didn't check my corners again, and I got caught out by another one of those fucking horrible mannequin fuckers. And instead of just taking the shot, I let it climb on me and almost beat me to death. So I ended up beating it to death, as you do. It's a common theme in this game for me so far, not checking corners, not checking for those mannequins that hide. And I keep paying for it. It keeps happening because I'm just too stupid to remember to check. Should probably heal watching myself back now. But we need to get over there. We need to get down in the deep dark. Oh, yeah, those things are back. The ones that like crawl on the walls and shit. And I couldn't see what I was really doing here. But I actually got a bit lucky and I managed to beat one to death. Thankfully. Well, those little fuckers are annoying. They're just annoying. They're not, like, horrendous. I don't hate them. They're just a bit annoying at times. But this area is super dark, and I'm not really sure what the point of any of this has been. Like, you go through the desolate area, the rotten area, I can't remember what the third area is called, but you go through all that for what purpose? To get through the strange wall. And it turns out the solution, that's quite simple. Well, bye-bye, motherfucker. If you heard that little squeal, you knew one of those mannequins that crawl on the wall was about to attack. God, I can see myself like talking, and honestly, it's just so much better without having to do a voiceover. There's an enemy nearby. You can hear the music, but half the time nothing shows up. Okay, so we went through all that, went through the tunnels. Oh, it's very dark now. What's happened? Not sure what happened there, but we went through all the dark and horrible tunnels. We're in the desolate area, and we didn't find much of any note that I'm aware of. We need to get into that room, definitely. I would like to have broken down the wall. It would have made things so much simpler. But this is Silent Hill. Nothing is going to be easy and simple in Silent Hill. So we had to find a different way around. Luckily, that was quite obvious. Let's grab that ammo, make sure we've got enough. One rifle round. Lovely. Fucking useless. We've just got to keep getting lower and lower into the belly of the beast. Right, there we go, James. Let's go. Okay, so it's more of the same from the last bit, which I kind of skipped through. It's tunnels, really dark. It's like a little mazy down here. There's a few options, routes you can take, but none of it's like horrendous. It's quite easy to navigate. And once you're at this stage in the game, you pretty much know where you're going. A bit of a cave in. We need to get through there, so we need the wire cutters that are in the electrical box, which we saw earlier. So at least we now know where we're going and what we need to grab. Without the map, I would have been lost. But I always think, like, when I see those bugs, there's going to be those, like, loud things. But pyramid heads here. Run, 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 run. Running away from pyramids is really easy. I have no issues with running away from him. It's just about where you run to. So we get caught in like this circular section where we just end up running around in a circle to avoid him. And then heading back the way we came and realizing, oh, there's actually nowhere to go. Because I run, I think, straight into a dead end, or like near a dead end. Okay, I don't, but for a second I thought I did. But I thought if we keep running around, we'll eventually miss him completely, but a little bit too quick there for my own good. He does spot us. As you can see, I'm quite calm filming this bit. The first time I faced Pyramid Head, I was a wreck. I was like, oh, like panicking a little bit, like, what do we do? But like, we need to get to that. We need to get to that ladder. And if we check the map real quick, which is what we just did, we can see there's a slight slit. Which we find, and we're in. We're done. And we earn the trophy, the Inner Sanctum. Never checked what that was. I assumed he could come in this room, so naturally I just broke down the wall and quickly slid away as fast as humanly possible. Alright, so we avoided Pyramid Head. Quite simple. He can kill us very, very quickly. So we got through all that very, very easily, no real issues. We then needed to get to the third and final area. And I had a little trouble with this one, despite me putting it like that, with third set of symbols, a different set of symbols. It was never quite right. It always ended up like this. And I wasn't sure why. Because if you go up the stairs, there's nothing there. It just leads to a dead end. So I was very confused for like the longest time. Like how we're supposed to get past this bit. So I thought maybe if I try different rotations before I get to that symbol, we'd make something work. Because that is the last one. The other ones are not available. Like, they just lead back to the areas we've already been and completed. So I assumed if I rotated in a different way, we would get a different result. Eventually I did manage to figure it out. We got through to a different area. The third and final area, the ruined area. I'm hoping this is the final area because there's only 3 symbols that we're able to get. So 3 symbols means 3 areas. And instantly you're put on edge on this bit. The noises, the light changes, the atmosphere of Silent Hill is amazing. Really does put you on edge. First thing I noticed, obviously, is the bodies on the floor, and I thought, they're probably going to reanimate. Either that, or they're indicative of something worse. And what made me think they're going to reanimate is they've got their weapons in their hands. So already is not a good sign, but I know I've been in this area before. Or at the very least, the other side of it. Like a version of it, you know? Now, I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know when. So I thought I'd just grab everything I could see in the vicinity. And then we try and leave. We couldn't leave. And none of the other doors were going to work either, I don't think. No, I was right, yeah. So we were trapped in this small room. So I thought I'd try again. And instantly those lights go off. And the enemies, as expected, rise to their feet. Now I thought you kill them once and that's it, they're done. So I instantly went to smashing. So if we fight and we win... But at the same time, we don't know. So I kept fighting, kept thinking, God damn, let's just kill them. Once they're dead, they're dead. But they just kept getting back up. No matter how much damage I did to them, they just kept getting back up. So I thought the next best thing is to run and dodge. And we just avoid them. And we'll see if there's a timeout function. Let's see if they last a certain amount of time. So that was the theory I was going with them. If you saw that gap in the wall, I probably should have done that. I didn't. I just kept running and dodging. Hoping that it would expire. Oh, that was close. Oh. I was getting good at timing the dodges. Spent enough time dodging these motherfuckers. So, once again, we just kept running. We just kept dodging, hoping for the timer to run out. And it did. So that confirmed it for me. There was a timer set to these instances. So I thought, right, let's just clear out the rest of the room. Let's grab everything. Let's go over to that wall where the gap was, which I did see. I just didn't go into it. And let's just double check everything. And to be fair, when I went through this gap, I thought I could have just hid in here. Would it have deactivated the timer? I don't know, but we'll never find out now. But it was still good to have a rummage around, grab whatever materials and supplies we can before we move on to the next area, which I assume will be just as bad as this one. But now that I know that this area has a time limit, I'm not as worried. And it was a good chance to restock on the syringes and health drink because we were running low. I'm not sure what I'm saying here. I've completely forgotten, I'm going to be honest. Because the audio didn't record, so I can't exactly go back and check. Okay, so I ran into Pyramid Head again. I can't remember if this is up before or after I cleared the third room. I was stuck at this point. I thought, fuck, I'm going to die, I'm going to die. But because I was stuck right to his side, it wasn't a big of a deal. But I cleared all of the areas. It was pretty much just time them out, just run and time them out. And the closer Pyramid Head got, I realised this wall kind of disintegrated by itself. So I thought, oh, that's interesting. Pyramid Head's the one, he's the key to getting through this strange wall. So I just kept running. And we eventually got to the other side with no real fuss. Now again, I can't remember if this is between the first and second place, but I think it might be. Yeah, we'll find out in a second. I might have been done. This might have been me done.
Marie.
It was. So this was after I'd done everything. I cleared all 3 rooms just by timing them out. I found Pyramid Head's sword, and I really hope Maria's dead now. Pyramid Head's sword was just lying outside, so I thought, fuck it, that's the best way of getting through the strange wall, and that's what we're going to do. But I really hope Maria's dead, like, for real this time, because I'm kind of sick of looking at her. So we're going to drag this big-ass sword through the strange wall, and that's the end of the labyrinth, and honestly, I could not be more grateful that that's the end of the labyrinth. It was one of, not annoying, but I don't know, it's one of my least favourite parts, I guess. I mean, I've enjoyed the game as a whole, but that is definitely one of my least favourite parts. As the strange wall dissipates, because of the sword, we can make our way through. So now that the labyrinth's done, now that strange wall is done, now that all that crap is done, we can probably, hopefully, finally move on to the next part of the game, which will be in the next episode. Really looking forward to that. Let's just see where we end up. There is a save point. We end up in a graveyard, which is fascinating. I was really hoping to see Mary's name on there somewhere, but I didn't see one, so we'll see how it goes. But there are a couple of open graves, which we will explore in the next episode, and hopefully see you there. Bye.